On today's episode of the Views from Section 400 podcast, we have football. Football's back. Auburn won a football game. Bama lost a football game. NFL starts in a week. It's football season. And in honor of football season, I have a black eye. Don't need to know how that happened. But it's going to be a great show. We have reactions to all the college football. We give out some Super Bowl picks as well as bold predictions and our picks for MVP, all the NFL awards. It's football, football, football. Stay tuned. See you guys soon.
And just like that, we're back.
A16, turn me up.
Welcome into episode 202 of the Views from Section 400 podcast. Today, September 2nd. Happy birthday, Mom. And Jack, football is not only back, but our Auburn Tigers are all the way back.
What an opening weekend. An absolute dream for an Auburn Tigers fan. You get the big win. Team looks good. Bama gets their shit kicked in. Love it.
Yeah, I think even Matt might be on the Auburn train after Jackson Arnold rushed for 150 yards.
So there was some liquid courage that helped me be enthusiastic about the Auburn Tigers, but I did think they looked electric right off the bat. No quarterback by committee is a huge step forward for the program and the team. So good there, and I will give, I guess, the organization, the program, whoever is running the athletic department. They stuck with their coach. Like, a lot of guys would have been fired after I guess the display they've put on the last couple of years. And a lot of people there's usually always a fall guy. And you could blame the recruiting, blame the players, but there's usually a fall guy. And I'll give Auburn a lot of credit. They've stuck through with Hugh Freeze is the guy's name.
Yep.
They've stuck with him, and now maybe they see a turn of the tide, and maybe they can start winning some games. But I really, I know I'm usually a hater, but I loved everything I saw what Auburn was able to do on the road.
Yeah, the fall guy was actually the quarterback, and we got a new one, and everyone just saw him run for over 100 yards, led our team, who had 300 rushing yards in this game. He led the team, had 2 touchdowns with his legs. I mean, definitely needs to improve on the passing game. That was a little bit questionable considering our receivers. Just honestly, he was just throwing jump balls, and we do have the talented receivers who can catch those, but it's a little bit worrisome.
He did have one throw to Malcolm Simmons where he threaded the needle in a high 2 safety look, and that was like his best throw in the night. One of the only good throws he made. But you'll take it if he can rush for 138 yards every night.
Yeah, we'll be the Nick Marshall, Cameron Artis-Payne.
I think he was the first Auburn quarterback to have 102 since Nick Marshall.
Makes sense. He led that team to a national championship game.
Yeah, would have won if not for Jameis Winston and fat Kelvin Benjamin. But
the dual threat was definitely on display. It was, I'm sure, for you guys, a breath of fresh air to see a somewhat competent team, I guess you could call it, go out there and play, bring hope back to the Auburn fan base.
Yeah, and that was like last year. Their offense, at least on the metrics, was good. Like, they ran the ball well. They were able to move the ball. They just couldn't score because Peyton Thor would always throw a pick, or they would just have a bad turnover. And that was the biggest takeaway here. They didn't turn the ball over once. In a high-scoring back-and-forth game, you don't turn the ball over and you have a good offense, you're probably going to win. That's what gives me hope. Because if Jackson Arnold could take care of the football, like, you have Cam Coleman, you have Malcolm Simmons, Eric Singleton, Jeremiah Cobb looked great. No signs of a gunshot wound. Like, it looks like a good offense.
No, they look electric. Before we get into anything else, I'm sure the odds have massively shifted with an Alabama loss and an Auburn win. I know South Carolina won it as well, but what are we looking at for SEC futures right now? Are the Tigers still a big long shot? I know LSU got another win. South Carolina people are high on. Alabama big loss though. I mean, where Brian, do you have that readily available? What are we looking at?
Yeah, Georgia and Texas are still essentially
I
co-favorites.
guess I forgot both of them too.
Georgia's plus
I always
278.
forget Texas got to the SEC, dude. It's so
Yeah,
stupid.
Texas. Both of their I know Gunnar Stockton had a big week 1. It was also against Marshall, but he's been suspect in the past. And Arch Manning, we'll get to that game, but I don't know if I want to trust him. LSU's plus 550. Alabama's still the 4th favorite at plus 700. And then everyone else is right around each other. And Auburn's right in the mix with A&M, Ole Miss, and Florida.
What
I
are
mean,
Auburn's odds?
1,700.
17.
One game isn't gonna, make a standout from that pack. But if we keep on putting performances like this on display, we're definitely going to be there sooner rather than later. I think Bama's definitely trending down in the other direction. And speaking of Florida State, how about that game? That was electric.
Wild. I'm mad at myself because when Lee Corso said he was taking the Noles, I thought about it and I was like, I can't jinx it too. I should have. They looked electric and Bama looked terrible.
Bama looked horrible. It's the Saban departure ripple effect is what we're going to continue to see. I think this year, maybe next year. I'm not sure when it'll end, but DeBoer had one good year at Washington, 2 good years at Washington, and they hired him.
Yeah,
and,
like 1.5.
I mean,
with 2 guys getting drafted within like the first 10 picks or whatever that was.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what was available for their head coaching search. I know you can pay people off, so
They could have gotten Gus Malzahn, who is over at Florida State now and ran that offense, and Florida still can't stop the Gus Malzahn offense.
No.
Yeah, Bama will never be able to defeat Gus. It's a great sight. That was also a great little caveat of that win. Not only was it Bama just losing, which is always a win for us, but Gus Malzahn doing it to him, love to see it. Matt, what you were saying that was true. It's what Tommy Castellano said, Florida State's quarterback. Before this game, over the summer, Saban can't save him. Nick can't save him. He's not there.
He can't. And honestly, I thought he was the former Boston College quarterback.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Good athlete. Good player. I did think he was running his mouth a little bit too much, but they backed it up. I thought that could have came back and bit him in the ass big time. But hey, if you're talking shit and you back it up, more power to you.
Yeah, apparently his teammates were actually like fired up by that, and it sparked some fuel in the locker room, which is a good thing because that can, as you said, easily backfire. You don't want to give the other team bulletin board material, but hey, the Noles backed it up, man. That's a complete 180 after the disaster of last year. That's how you bring your program back in front of 67,000 fans. Beating Bama, that'll get the Noles fired up.
Yeah, imagine the difference in vibes from week 0 last year. They go to Dublin and lose to Georgia Tech as a top 10 team. And then week 1 this year, they take down a top 10 Alabama. It's just 2 completely different locker rooms. And I bet there was a lot of turnover too. I'm not sure on the exact transfers, but at least their quarterback. So I don't know how many guys actually remember losing in Dublin last year.
No, there definitely was a lot of
Mike Norvell remembers.
Yeah, the head coach stayed the same though. So no, FSU got a monster win at home to kick off their season. And I asked a question about Auburn, and I'll ask it in the ACC. I know Clemson took a loss, but Florida State's got to be right up there for ACC favorites.
Yeah, well, especially with that Clemson loss. Yeah. I was in the camp that Clemson was probably going to run the table. If they were going to get by this LSU game, they were going to run the table on their season, but not the case anymore. I know LSU is really good, so got to take it with a grain of salt. But they didn't look as impressive as I thought they would be. Cade Klubnik, I thought was really going to take the next step and put up 10 points in this one.
Yeah, I was very underwhelmed by Clemson's performance, and really just I like you. I was kind of on the Clemson bandwagon, and I think I'm all the way out. This could be a multiple loss team.
You can't ride a bus down the hill. You got to run down that hill. It was all done once they did that. But I still trust Cade Klubnik. I think he might be my Heisman favorite, especially after.
No, you don't.
After week 1, no.
Not at all. The Heisman.
LSU's a good team.
Before I know they are, but before this week, before that game, I was also on the train of Kate Klubnik could probably win it. Should have the easy way to win it, being in the ACC. But I don't think that's the case anymore. Like if he put up 10 points in this one, the stats aren't going to back it up. It's a tough one. It's a tough way to start.
You have to learn the stat sheet all year long. One game like that, win or lose is a different story. But like we saw, Brian, when you were singing the song and dance about Jaden Daniels, 3 loss, 4 loss, whatever they were.
Yeah, you really just need like 9 or 10 wins, and you'll
have
the conversation.
9, 10 wins and load up. The stat sheet is what that award I think leans more towards. And obviously, you can't be a under 500 team and expect to win that award, but he'll still have a shot.
Okay. Yeah, who do they probably play an absolute cupcake next week, and he'll throw for 7 touchdowns, and it'll all even out.
He'll make up for it.
Yeah, let's see. Who do they have?
It's probably a cupcake.
They have Troy at home. He's going to throw 8 touchdowns against Troy.
First impressions matter, Brian.
But in the Heisman, it's like, what have you done for me lately? Everyone has their Heisman moment. They talked about it on the broadcast for Auburn. RG3 was talking about his Heisman moment, and he said the Baylor quarterback might have one in week 1 against Auburn. Like,
I mean, he did throw for like 400 yards. But...
Yeah, well, since you brought it up real quick, Brian, I know I wanted to touch on this in the Auburn game. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it. I know the vibes are high from the Auburn fan base, but try and take the blinders off. Is Baylor just also like not really that great?
I think Baylor is good offense, but they're a Big 12 defense in the worst way.
Yeah. We did bully them.
Tackle football. It's like
so I am high on Auburn. I liked what I saw, but I thought Baylor at the same time was not as great as
that tight end they have.
That kid was legit.
He's a dog.
Yeah, that kid was legit. Trigg,
good players.
Yeah,
Michael Trigg.
They better have a play where they say they pull Trigg. They got it right. A run play, pull Trigg.
Pull Trigg. Yeah. No, but that kid was an animal. I mean, he probably had close to 200 yards in this game. I hope. I kind of want to.
Yeah, it was around there. He had like 13 for 160 or something. But yeah, we'll know about Auburn. They're going to go 3-0. They played Ball State and South Alabama, I believe, at the 2 next. So they'll be 3-0 and they'll be ranked because ESPN will want the ranked matchup when they go to Norman to play Oklahoma. So we'll really learn about Auburn after that game.
Oh, that game's on the road this year, right?
And
they lost at home last year.
And that'll be the Jackson Arnold revenge game.
Huge revenge game.
Yeah, that'll be a big one. I also, again, not to look. I know we'll get into Ohio State and Texas in just a little bit, but with Texas, Oklahoma this year, Red River rivalry, Oklahoma might be able to make some magic happen based on what I saw this past weekend with Texas.
Yeah, we can talk about Arch Manning in Texas. I mean, it wasn't good.
I get it. Ohio State defending champions at the Horseshoe in Columbus.
Big championship.
The chain smokers are on campus. Vibes are high. And, I expected Ohio State to win. I don't know if I expected 14-7. I thought we would have seen the quarterbacks on display a little bit more, especially everything that Arch Manning has going behind him. And what was it, Tommy saying or something saying? Julian saying. I know he, 5-star talented guy as well. So thought I would have seen a little bit more. Both defenses are definitely very legit, but you said it right there, Arch Manning. I was not impressed at all.
Definitely not. And look, he played some games last season, but this is his first real start. This is his team on his back. And this is a big moment for him. As you said, in Ohio State, playing the Buckeyes, defending champs, week 1. This was a big moment for him. And he looked like a rookie. Huge. He looked like a freshman. He looked like, he missed some throws, didn't have some great plays, lacked pocket presence at points. He's going to get better. If he's the worst part of what we saw, I think this team's going to be just fine. But I think we got to give some credit to this Ohio State defense led by the one and only Matt Patricia. They looked really freaking good.
They did.
Yeah, they're a really good team, and they're really talented, and they're going to be up there to win the college football playoff again.
I think why is that? We saw this week 1. There's no reason that this isn't like the favorite to be the national championship game.
Yeah, especially. I mean, Arch Manning just has to be better than Quinn Ewers was at the end of last year, and that's
Right.
not that great.
Yeah,
And
he's
Texas
got the whole season to get better, and they're going to play a lot of good competition between now and then.
I do agree. I think Arch obviously will get better as the games and weeks go on. But it's a good point. He had a chance to step in and not show that he looked like a freshman or played like a freshman or I don't know what class he is, but first legit start you can say as really being the starting quarterback, and he had a chance. I know he'll have haters, and I know a lot of people have high hopes on him, but he had a chance to come in and silence everything and look like the absolute leader of this team. And I'm not questioning that he's not, but it looks shaky, man. I don't know that he's my outright leader for the Texas Longhorns.
He looked a lot more like Eli than Peyton.
Yeah, damn right he did.
2 Super Bowls, Eli Manning. Put some respect on his name, please.
Which is ridiculous because you have Eli Payton and Archie's like the third brother who didn't even ever play in
Cooper,
the
right?
NFL.
Cooper, yeah.
So,
Archie's the grandpa of Arch.
Of Arch. But yeah, I mean,
Cooper might have played. I don't think he was anything. I think he played.
Not in the NFL. I was gonna say, man, like if it's Peyton's kid, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all in on this kid. Even Eli's kid, I'm like, oh, but like, dude, like, all right, it's your uncle, man.
Skipped a generation on Cooper.
Yeah, dude. Like, what? This guy. Maybe the facts were staring us right in the face all along about this kid.
I can't find his. Cannot find his Football Reference page, so maybe he never got into a game.
Because he probably wasn't very good. But
he was fast though.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it too early to call him overrated? I don't know, but
he got spinal stenosis, the David Wright injury. I think it's too early to call him overrated. It's a little early.
Too early to call him overrated, but Ohio State's the outright best team in college football after week 1.
Yes, it's hard to say because like Penn State played Nevada. They gave up the backdoor cover with like 10 seconds left, but they look good, as you would expect.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State was at home too. It's week 1. Anything can happen week 1.
Well, that's what I said.
All the time in the world.
1, you got to pick a team.
I mean, yeah, if the championship was next week, I'd take Ohio State, sure. But, given the long season, definitely too early to tell.
I agree. I can say that, but they for sure go to number 1 in the poll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. Or does Penn State jump up to 1?
Penn State could just be 1. I mean, the AP poll doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until we get.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But Ohio State should be 1. You beat the number 1 team.
They were 3. Yeah, they'll leapfrog Penn State.
Penn State played a
nobody.
The
thing with Penn State for me is we just know that the coach is a fraud, and we know that they collapse in the big games. So they can be undefeated. Number 1, number 2, this, that, the third. I don't trust James Franklin in the big game. It's, you're great in September, great in October, November, blah, blah, blah. Get to January, and the dude chokes. So that's all I have to say about Penn State. I don't care what they did against Nevada.
I think big noon kickoff really helped out Penn State. James Franklin was probably super happy because even though they're big games now, like at noon, doesn't feel as big. I'm sure it takes a little bit of pressure off of that man.
But he's fine in the regular season. It's the end of the year is where the choke happens, or against Ohio State or Michigan.
I feel like we said the same thing about Ryan Day last year, and he made us eat our words.
Yeah, but we've seen this consistently with James Franklin for 10 years. It feels like at this point they had freaking Saquon Barkley on their team, and they couldn't win the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've had some dogs. Chris Godwin there, Miles Sanders was there.
Yeah.
They never really had the quarterback. They were dealing with Christian Hackenberg with Saquon.
Christian
was he before Saquon?
He was probably
Trace
the most
McSorley.
Trace
McSorley was
after.
there for a little bit. And Mike White, or not Mike White. Who was the Raiders guy? Mike something. Glennon?
I don't know. Either way, Who does Penn State get this
London's
year?
old.
Do they got to play Oregon?
Matt McGloin.
Matt McLeod. Do they
Um,
get not Georgia? Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon. Those are the heavy hitters in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Did they play Oregon in the regular season last year? They
I don't
played them
know.
in the Big Ten championship.
Nebraska,
so
dude.
they have Oregon at home.
Oregon
So
at
Penn
home.
State goes FIU at home, Villanova at home, Oregon at
Spread
home.
watch.
They
Spread
go
watch
to
on that Nova
UCLA.
game.
That could be a sneaky trap game, although UCLA looked terrible, but they still do have Nico there. And then Northwestern, Iowa. They play Ohio State at the Shoe November 1st. Indiana
So
at
they'll lose
home.
that game.
Yeah, so their toughest games are Ohio State on the road, Oregon at home. And that's really they should
They don't
win
even
every
play
other game.
Michigan. They took that off the schedule and replaced it with Oregon.
Yeah, they play Michigan
Conference
State,
realignment.
but not Michigan.
Michigan
So
State.
they're only a 2-loss team at worst.
At worst, yeah. Unless they somehow lose to Rutgers on the road or Indiana.
Shout out Rutgers.
Oregon at home, they'll probably win. Oregon's not as
they'll
good as
probably
they
win
were
that.
last year.
The UCLA game after Oregon could be a sneaky trap game.
UCLA just lost by, I think, 40 to Utah at home.
Yeah, but it's the whole travel, and Nico is still talented, although he might just be a bum that got paid.
Nico's horrible.
He led Tennessee to the playoff last year.
And then got stomped.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's I'm not even getting into UCLA. It's a disaster on Saturday.
We don't have to talk. The other big game, though, we had the Catholics Convicts game. The Convicts ended up winning. Carson Beck gets a win on first game with Miami. Not too keen on my Jeremiah Love Heisman future after that game.
Nah, dude, I thought Notre Dame was going to play better. I think Miami for just about the whole game outplayed Notre Dame, but Mario Cristobal, for whatever reason, just allows teams to hang around.
Mm-hmm.
And we almost saw Notre Dame steal a win right at the end. I thought when they tied it up 24-24, I was like, oh my gosh, Miami's actually going to blow this. And, another weird thing, like it was like a 47-yard kick and the kicker was like 4 of 11 on field goals or something like that. There's a weird stat in there too. And I was just like, what is like, it just felt like, I don't know what other choice Mario had, but I just like, that's why I'll just never be bought in on Miami with that guy, leading the team. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know.
Yeah, ever since we had our guy AY on for that bowl miss, was that last year or 2 years ago? And
he was on last year.
Last year, just ranted about Mario Cristobal. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna trust Miami in any game, but they're the second favorites to win the ACC behind Clemson.
That's gonna change. Florida State's got to jump them.
Yeah, I'll take Florida State out of the ACC all day after what I saw Saturday. It looked very good.
Yeah, I just hate watch Miami all year for Carson Beck.
Yeah, he's also like brutal to root for too.
Yeah.
There's no way Miami does it.
No
way.
They'll
I don't know. The ACC
playoff.
is like not that
They could
great.
definitely sneak in.
I mean, dude, Georgia Tech's got a team. Boston College has a team.
You're not going to be hyping up Georgia Tech here. Boston College has Bill O'Brien, so
I'm just saying they've got teams that can put up a fight against a Miami. Like, we're not talking about Georgia or Ohio State or Texas. Like, we're talking about Miami. Cam Ward can't save them.
Yeah, so they don't have an easy schedule coming up. They play Bethune-Cookman. Is that? I always mess up the name of that.
They don't have an easy schedule, and you start out with that.
Well, that's the easy one they have. They have them, and then they have South Florida at home. South Florida just beat Boise. Then they have Florida at home, and then they travel on the road to Florida State, and then they have Louisville at home. So it's like 4 not easy games. I think you killed Jack.
Yeah. Some good comedic timing there. I mean, it's true. Brian's a super tough schedule coming up. They start out kicking off with Bethune-Cookman.
A school I've never heard of before.
Literally going to be like a 56
Not once.
nothing win.
And they're the MEAC, I believe, or at least in basketball. I don't think the MEAC.
I think they're in
has it.
North Carolina.
No, they're the SWAC.
Maybe not.
That's
Then.
what it is.
Wow.
They Daytona Beach, Florida.
Is that
So
where they are?
easy bus ride over to Miami.
Yeah.
I guess easy-ish.
Easy-ish.
You guys get their ass beat.
Yeah. Well, talking about getting, I guess they didn't get their ass beat, but did you guys see Army paid Tarleton State $250K to go up and play them at Tarleton State FCS school? Show some respect, you FBS. I don't even know what to call you, but the FCS Tarleton State comes out and knocks them off. They get paid $250K and knock off Army, who, by the way, I think Army was like 14-0 last year, whatever their crazy record was. So
Yeah, we were talking about them possibly getting into the playoff and it creating a scheduling nightmare with the Army-Navy game.
yeah,
That was never going to happen.
it was close. It was close enough.
It got pretty close.
But yeah, Tarleton State, dude, love what they were doing. The Texans, the true Texans, right, Jack?
I don't know anything about Tarleton
Oh,
State.
that's their mascot.
They got pretty close to the tournament a couple years ago. I think they lost in the conference title game.
You guys are just throwing out schools I have legitimately never heard of before.
Dude, you've never heard of Tarleton State?
I've never heard of Tarleton State or
They're
in
more
the same
well known
conference
for
with,
college basketball.
Yeah, they're like Weber State and it's
They're
like that
with-
level of basketball.
They're like Prairie View,
Weber.
A&M, Texas
Prairie
A&M,
View A&M,
A&M Corpus Christi.
A&M Corpus Christi, the Islanders.
Yeah, it's that conference.
So a lot of small Texas schools.
I think that's the SWAC. Yeah, they might be in the same conference as Bethune-Cookman.
They very well could be.
I think they're both in the SWAC. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta.
No, the WAC.
Oh, they are
Western-
in the WAC, so they are with Weber State
Yeah. And then
and UT Arlington.
Guys, it's football season.
Sorry,
we're talking football at FCS school with the monster.
they walked
upset.
off Army.
You guys
Yeah.
you guys sound like you're ready for March Madness right now.
It's September 1st, man. I'm itching. But 2 months, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else on college other than early look to Friday night, JMU plus 15 against Louisville. Love that line. I'd sprinkle the money
Louisville's
line as
good.
well. Are they, though?
Yeah, they're good.
Are they?
They did give up 14 points to who'd they play? Southern Utah? No.
Really bad school. I'm not bought in on they lost their quarterback.
Yeah, but that might be a good thing.
I don't know.
Eastern Kentucky.
JMU's a really good program, man.
JMU is a good program.
JMU was getting votes to be in the top 25.
Yeah, they were. They almost went undefeated their first season in the.
So plus
FBS.
15 on a school that could be ranked like 23rd, 24th.
Hey,
Yeah, I
now.
do like that number. Did you get the 2 touchdowns?
I think that's going to get bet down. The line will close at plus 10. Maybe not that. I think it'll
10.
be.
10
I
would
think
be
I think it'll
big.
be under the 2 touchdowns. I think it's already. I got it 15.5. I think it's already down to 14.5. Game's on Friday.
I don't hate that.
It's coming down. It's coming down quick. You heard it here first. All right, let's get into the games that everybody actually cares about.
Yeah, the NFL. Talk some professional ball.
The NFL is king.
Yeah,
We
well,
made it.
we'll save our official week 1 confidence picks and all that good stuff for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's show. But I figure we could give out some futures, some bold predictions, our Super Bowl pick, early Super Bowl pick. Don't hold us to this when you make a bet for a Super Bowl winner and it doesn't work. I'm sure somebody will. But yeah, let's do 3 bold predictions. We'll do AFC Championship game and the winner, the NFC Championship game and the winner, and then we'll give out some awards for MVP and all that good stuff.
So are the bold predictions different than the other ones down below, right? Like the AFC, NFC, Super Bowl. Like
Yeah,
these
your
are
bold
just
prediction could
three
be like
random.
Cam Ward throws for 6,000 yards.
It's not happening.
I don't think anyone has ever thrown for 6,000 yards.
No, they have not.
My first
No.
bold prediction, though, I'll get us started off. Theo Johnson is going to finish as a fantasy top 5 tight end.
I will say the Denver Broncos win the AFC West.
Yeah, you've been talking about that for a while, and I can't believe you're going against the Chiefs. It's like 13 years in a row the Chiefs have won that division.
Everything on a shelf has an expiration date, Brian.
I guess.
You know, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm way more in on Matt's hot take than yours, Brian.
Yeah, like aren't these supposed to be hot takes here, dude?
Like,
they
how,
are, but
how hot? Like, are these supposed to be like actually possible?
It's a
Because
bold,
guys,
yeah.
we're bordering the level of like this is just simply not going to happen.
I think the Broncos is more likely than Theo Johnson. Although I do think Theo Johnson's going to take a step up this year. I could see the Broncos winning the division. It's just betting against Patrick Mahomes. We do this every year where we're like, I don't know if I can.
Yeah, don't get me
do it
wrong.
anyway.
Bold prediction,
I'm not
man. I'm on the Bo Nix bandwagon. Sean Payton's electric. There's somebody to do it. I think it's this team.
Matt's all in on Auburn.
Don't forget about Pete Carroll stealing a win from them as well at home this year from the Chiefs.
Yeah, but what if he steals a win from Denver?
Well, that's why it's a bold prediction, Brian.
All right, I'll go into one. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, the Steelers defense, good enough to start the Steelers 7-2. They're going to be a very good wild card team.
So 7-2, you're saying that's not going to be good enough to get them the crown in the AFC North?
I still don't think that the Ravens will lose the crown.
That's fair. I don't even know if I want that to happen. I think I'm past the point of hoping Aaron Rodgers is good at football. I'm kind of just over it.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect with Rodgers. He was on the downhill turn his last year in Green Bay. Disastrous in New York, which isn't saying much. We know what happens up there, and I think it's a total wild card. Is what the hell is Aaron Rodgers going to look like this year? We talked about the Steelers, man. They've gone all in for 1 year.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's good enough to go win a Super Bowl. I just don't see that happening. It rarely
are trying.
It rarely ever works out in year one with a new quarterback on a new team. I don't know if it has. Maybe it has. But
Stafford.
I was going to say, did Stafford do it year one or was that year two? So there you go.
It was year one, but the guy was in the league for 20 years. Well,
I feel like the Rams are also in a better spot than the Steelers are, though.
Yeah.
Those Rams.
I think you can say that, but I also don't know if you can say that. I really do think that this Steelers defense is a top 3 unit in the league. DK Metcalf is a bona fide number 1 wide receiver. Don't have much else to work with there, but offensive line has been a point that they've been addressing in the past 2, maybe 3 drafts. Definitely a strong suit of their offense now. So I think Rodgers will have protection. It's an Arthur Smith offense. They're going to run the football. Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, 2 tight end sets with DK out there. I mean, they're going to be a strong football team.
They just signed Jalen Warren as well.
They gave him an extension?
Yeah, so he's going to be the focal point of that run game.
Yeah, that going to be a headache with him and Caleb Johnson.
Who they spent a first-round pick on.
I feel like they still have one more guy, too. I always forget about.
Is it Kenny Gainwell?
Kenny Gainwell, yep.
Dog.
Super Bowl champion, right?
Super Bowl champion Kenny Gainwell. I think on the 2017 team.
No, one time.
I don't think he was on the team last year.
No. Yeah, it was Shipley last year.
It was Saquon, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, they didn't even have Boston Scott rostered.
No. Boston Scott hasn't been there for a few years.
Yeah, thank goodness for that.
Yeah, it's Saquon and then Will Shipley, who is just a guy.
I like Will Shipley.
Why do you like Will Shipley?
Yeah. First year he's at Clemson.
He
And
was
He's
great
good
at Clemson.
but
He was great at Clemson, but even
If
if God forbid Saquon were to get hurt, I think Howie would go out and get a running back before they throw Shipley in as the starting running back.
he scored a touchdown in the NFC Championship game, right?
When they
Or he had a
were,
long run and then got
40
vultured.
points.
Yeah. Well, my
Either way.
second bold prediction kind of goes against Jack's. Not really, but I'm buying in on the Cincinnati Bengals again. They're going to win the AFC North.
Yeah, I was gonna. When you talked about the Steelers, I was gonna say the Bengals have, for a lot of people, and clearly Brian's on the train too, have jumped the Steelers and are now just automatically up with the Baltimore Ravens to win this division, a team that was pretty bad last year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I know Burrow's there, I know Jamar Chase is there, but they didn't really do anything. I mean, they re-signed finally Trey Hendrickson, and that's about it.
They spent a first-round pick on Shamar Stewart, another defensive tackle, who they were.
The needle for me.
It doesn't necessarily for me either. It's a rookie DT. I mean, he'll be on the field, he'll make plays, but it's a defensive tackle. You're not, as you said, moving the needle for me. This defense was terrible. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. Nothing, as you said, changed. They're going to be bad again. I'm out.
They weren't bad though. They would have made the playoffs if they beat New England week 1. And now Zach Taylor's playing the starters in the preseason, so they don't start slow.
Yeah, and that's still like 6 games away from where the Ravens were last year.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong there.
Well, there's that, and I'm glad you brought up the head coach because I think he's a disaster in himself as well.
He's not great.
So I think he's like standing in their way, and I guess Cincinnati just holds on to things too long, kind of like the Giants are doing too, and they've just let this Zach Taylor guy continue to go out there and fail. I guess he got them to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
yeah, they almost won the Super Bowl too.
That's why they're keeping him around. I don't know.
Von Miller went. Was that Von Miller? No, it was Aaron Donald that went crazy on that 4th down stop to win the Super Bowl.
All right, I didn't really have a player one. I think a not even a hot take, but one that people are all in on is Travis Hunter winning offensive and defensive rookie of the year. I think that'd be interesting to see. I'm still convinced. I know I think him going out there in training camp on defense is nothing more than a smokescreen. I think this guy is going to be a focal point of the offense. I'm not bought on him. I think he's going to be more of an impact player on offense than he is on defense. I don't think you make that move, draft a guy who clearly has the ability to produce on offense, and I get it defense too, but I think you have to value the offensive impact over what he might be able to do on defense. That's just my opinion. Jack, you can tell me if you think I'm wrong.
No, you're 100% right. Coach Cohen has said that he's our wide receiver too. We have Brian Thomas Jr., who just had a phenomenal rookie season last year, and Travis Hunter was drafted to be our wide receiver too. He will be our guy. Huge part of our offense. Very involved in a screen game, and he's a freak athlete. So I'm very excited for what he can do as a wide receiver with Trevor Lawrence. And then defensively, he will play some defense. He's listed as our cornerback 3. It's our secondary is definitely one of our weakest spots on our whole entire team. It's the secondary. So we're going to need Travis Hunter to play both sides of the football, be an explosive athlete, be a playmaker on both sides. Is it going to happen right away? Is it going to take a little while? I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like, but offense is going to happen first, defense second, but both are going to happen. I have full faith in that.
I will be very happy if Travis Hunter wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think I really did this on purpose, but I have him in basically every fantasy league I'm in. And I also have Trevor Lawrence in a couple of them. So it would be very helpful if Travis Hunter was very good very quickly, at least at wide receiver.
Yeah, Brian's 2 quarterbacks are Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, so he neglected the quarterback position this year in fantasy.
I did the same thing with the running back in the Auburn league.
Yeah, Brian. We love him. He knows a lot about ball, but not the best fantasy drafter.
Don't draft concussed is a good PSA to everyone out there.
Yeah, don't
Is
get
that what you're gonna? Is that what you're gonna say to
That's that's
step in
this year's-
front to have the excuse for the tomatoes? You're already lining it up.
That's
Can't
this
get
year's excuse.
tomatoed.
I'm not getting tomatoed.
We're doing three bold predictions, right?
3 bold predictions. So
All
we
right.
need your second.
You want my second? I was going to save this one for last, but I'm going to use it right here since we're talking about the Jags. Trevor Lawrence will cement himself as the prince who was promised this year with Liam Cohen. The Jags will win the AFC South, and they will be a playoff team.
Oh, wow. Biased Jags fan predicts Jags to win the AFC South.
Look, Travis Hunter is going to be a huge addition to this team offensively and defensively, just in the locker room, the vibes. Liam Cohen is here. James Gladstone is here. The franchise has done a 180. Florida, the teams in Florida, man, they're drinking the good water. Florida State, Jacksonville, we're looking up, man. I know I'm biased, but we've got a lot of things to look forward to.
From what I saw last year, the Jaguars, I won't call you crazy to be high on the Jaguars this year. Last year, I thought you were nuts, and we saw what happened with that season. But this year, I agree. I think there's we'll see what they can do on defense, but I do like the offense a lot, and I think people are still undervaluing Travis Etienne. Everybody's all in on Tank Bigsby. I think he can be a really, really nice piece in the passing game, short passing, screens, things like that too. So also something to watch. I think Liam Cohen can get some good value out of him with the way he's able to, call the plays.
I do have a Jaguars to win the AFC South future.
There's good value, dude. It's like plus 280.
Right.
There's great value. It's going to be the Jaguars or the Texans. So you don't even have to worry about the other two teams.
I'm pretty sure I got it at plus 330, and it's bet like all the way down to like 265, I think, the last time I checked.
Yeah, I think mine was 290.
I think the problem that people aren't sold on is, like we just kind of touched on a couple times, is that defense.
Yeah, it's at 260 now.
Yeah.
Get it in while you can.
Get it in
while you can. Texans are not them.
My actual last bold prediction is, and this one's actually bold. That's why we do this, Brian. Bold is the Chicago Bears to win the NFC North. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams. I don't know why I almost called him Caleb Johnson. Isn't that a basketball player?
He's the running back for the Steelers. We just talked about.
Oh, we were just talking about Caleb Johnson.
Either way, Caleb Williams, year 2. You can't have a sophomore slump if you didn't have a good rookie year. So Caleb Williams coming in, looking ready to go. Maybe the Lions regress a little bit. I know there's high hopes on the Packers with Micah Parsons' addition now. Vikings, I'm not sold on. They are not winning 13 games again this year. I will take that to my grave. I do not think that that's happening. Bears to win the NFC North. Bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction on so many levels. Just because it doesn't. You could have picked any of those teams, and I would have called it bold. That division is tough. I don't know who's coming out of that division. There's reasons to like all 4 of them. There's reasons to dislike all 4 of them. That's going to be one of the most. It's going to be one of the most fun divisions in football to watch.
Yeah, I think the Packers might be favored to win it now after the Parsons.
I think the Lions are still number 1. Lions, then Packers, then the Vikings, then the Bears. So Matt's coming from the bottom.
Hey, that's why it's bold. It's super bold, but we'll see what they can do. I also like. I guess I already said. I don't know, dude. I like a lot of teams this year that weren't very great last year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the NFL, man. Any given
I'll stay in
Sunday.
I'll stay in the NFC North for my final one. Gonna go with Josh Jacobs to lead the league in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
That's because you have him drafted on your fantasy team, dude. You're not slick.
I mean, I do too. So I'll just preemptively say that, just so you know, there's probably a little bit of bias in there too. But I mean, that's one of the reasons I drafted him. I really do have a lot of faith in him. He showed he's still got a lot of gas left in the tank after being traded to Green Bay last year. Super excited for him. This is a team that is going to have a better defense. Maybe it's like the Eagles where they're up in games, playing good defense, and they just run the football. I like that call, Brian.
Yeah, I think that offense is going to be a lot better too. Matthew Golden, I expect a lot from. He's going to help Jordan Love be better when it's not just Toyota Phone. I like the
who's their wide receiver from North Dakota State? Christian something?
Christian Watson, I think he's hurt again.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
hurt,
saying. I don't have him.
He should be coming back. Apparently, the the recovery's been going well.
Yeah, it'll be Golden, Dobbs, and Jaden Reed is their gadget guy.
Yeah, I mean, if Josh Jacobs fell all the way back to me on the snake, I would have drafted him. I think I think it's more there's no vulching anymore, right? Like AJ Dillon's out of there. He's going to get all the work.
Marshawn Lloyd's hurt again. Like,
Marshawn Lloyd's hurt.
He's the guy. He's 100% the guy. It's if no injuries. He's yeah. I think he's going to be a top running back this year for sure.
All right, Jack, your final bold prediction before we give out our final four.
Yeah, I'm going with two players on this one that are both going to hit 2,000 receiving yards.
Wow.
Two players. It's going to be both
you say
CeeDee Lamb,
unrealistic?
CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase are both hitting 2,000 yards this year. They have good enough quarterbacks to throw them the ball. They have good enough wide receiver twos to take some coverage away. It's going to happen. Good O-lines, terrible defenses, going to need to throw the ball 45 times a game. Burrow and Dak. I could see it happen, both of them.
I mean, if there's two guys to do it, they definitely can.
It's never happened before.
It's never happened before. We're going to get two this year.
So, I mean, it would have happened for Calvin Johnson if he had the extra game. And Cooper Kupp, I don't think, had the extra game. So, it's possible. I like that. I don't know if CeeDee Lamb gets enough big plays. But I like your thinking.
I think if you look back to 2 to 3 years ago when he had Amari Cooper playing alongside him and Amari was good, he
back
did
on the
have
Raiders, by the way. That's interesting.
Yeah. He did have those big plays. He did have that. I think what we saw last year was him being the only guy there. You always saw a safety over him. He had to figure out some way to get it open in a zone because there's always going to be double coverage. Their teams aren't going to be able to defend him like that with George Pickens on the other side.
Yeah, I like your thinking. I like it. It's bold. That's what this segment was for.
That's exactly what this was for.
Now we can get a little more realistic. Let's give out our final fours: our NFC Championship, AFC Championship, and then our eventual Super Bowl champion. The AFC, I'm going to be boring. I have the Chiefs playing the Bills once again. But this time, Josh Allen goes to the Super Bowl. So the Bills out of the AFC. And then I got the Rams. And
that's what I picked, Brian.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, it's not exactly it's pretty chalky, so it's not surprising. But I am surprised you went Josh Allen. In the NFC, I got a little wild. I went with the Rams over the Packers, and the Rams will be going to the Super Bowl.
I'm all in on that AFC pick. I think this is the year Haley Steinfeld dethrones Taylor Swift, and
they got a wedding to plan. They can't put all that devil magic into football now.
Rams Packers though. How do we get there? What happens to the Eagles?
Dude, a lot of people are like on the Rams this year for whatever reason. So I'm gonna nip it in the butt and say the Rams missed the playoffs.
If Stafford is really like an old man without a back, that definitely could happen. But if Stafford's healthy, like the Rams played the Eagles the best in that playoff run last year. And now they have Devontae Adams there. I like the Rams.
They weren't great all year though. Didn't they kind of sneak into the playoffs?
They were really bad in the middle of the year. They had injuries they were dealing with. Like Puka was hurt, then Cup got hurt, and then the defensive line was hurt, I believe, or it might have been the secondary. They had injuries everywhere.
Yeah, they were a hurt team last year. They could do it, man. I mean, I got a lot of faith in them to be good when they're all healthy, but I don't have a lot of faith in them to be healthy. I mean, it's just been a while since the Super Bowl, honestly, that we've seen this team just be complete.
That's the issue. I more just didn't want to put the Eagles there, and I think the only team that can really beat the Eagles in the NFC is the Rams. Even if Jaden Daniels takes the next step, the Commanders aren't ready to dethrone the Eagles. And then, I mean, the 49ers, what are they going to be?
Why didn't you want to put the Eagles there?
What do you mean, why? You know why.
I think it's a smart pick.
Well, I don't want to put them there.
Really? You're not rooting for them this year?
I will not be rooting for the Eagles, no.
What about you, Jack? You hate watching the Birds all year?
Yeah, a little bit hate
dude.
watching.
You're either from Philly and you love the Eagles, and that's it.
Well, we also have to deal with you every time they win, so it's nicer when they lose.
I was a gracious, humble winner after the Super Bowl. I could have been way more insufferable.
After the Super Bowl, you were
Go Birds, dickhead.
It's more you're at your worst when it's during the year and they're getting disrespected and then they win on like a Week 11 game, and then you'll come in for this show. And that's when you're at your most Philly.
That's peak. That's definitely peak. When they're just getting trashed, fucking underdogs at home, and they come and win outright. But no, I mean, dude, it's pretty much the same team as last year. I know there's some question marks with cornerback too. The edge rushers are a bit of an unknown. I don't know if Jalix Hunt can be the guy in a full-time starting role. I know
Nolan. Name. Jalix is a great edge rusher name.
It is. But Nolan Smith, again, had some injury issues. Not sure what he's going to do. Jalen Carter is the best defensive tackle in football. I don't, that's not me being biased. That's just what it is. So I'm happy. I think Jordan Davis continues to take steps. So the D line's fine. Edge rush on the outside, slightly concerned. We forget Zach Bond was an all-pro and probably the best linebacker in football last year. So he returns, and I
signed him to a big extension, right?
Yeah, big extension. So I still think the defense is in good shape. Vic Fangio pulling the strings as a defensive coordinator and well positioned in year two. So I'm fine with the defense. And you go to the offense, like, dude, it's the same exact offense. So I don't see how the Eagles don't get back to at least a minimum the NFC Championship game. At a minimum. Could the Rams be there to take them on? Maybe. I don't think the Commanders get back there again, but I think it's Eagles versus maybe the Rams, maybe the Lions, maybe the Packers. Those are the teams I first think of. But on the AFC side, it's going to be Bills and Chiefs.
Seems like the three of us are all in on Bills Chiefs.
It's just I don't see how it could be anybody else. Lamar's a choke in the playoffs.
Lamar loves to choke in the playoffs, but just one of these years he's got to come through, right?
Does he?
I mean, this Ravens team
might just be who he
is. This Ravens team has been better than the Chiefs team for the past 2 years, and they just can't get it done.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think they'll ever get it.
If the Ravens get there, I'll eat that when I have to eat it. But I'm not going to back them. I don't think the Ravens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they get there, but I'm not going to. Like Matt said, it's hard to say they're going to get there.
Fair enough. So you guys want to see it. I don't want to get burned by it. Like, I really want to be the one who's like, Josh Allen and the Bills, they're finally doing it this year. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they're finally doing it this year. But I do have Bills Chiefs yet again. I do think the Bills will win it this time, though, and finally make a playoff Super Bowl appearance.
And I don't think we got your NFC, Jack. Were you Eagles in the NFC title game, or are you with Brian and picking two random teams that won't be there?
I actually, Matt, what you said was exactly how I felt looking at this earlier. It's the Eagles that the team hasn't gone anywhere. They still have one of the best offensive lines, all the best receivers. Like they have one of the best offenses, period. And then on top of that, they had like a historic defense last year. There's not a lot that's changed. I don't expect anything to be that different. Maybe they're a little less hungry. I mean, that's one thing you could see, but these guys are
over.
Yeah, exactly. These guys are pros. I fully expect them to be there again. And then to your point, who's going to be there? The Lions are the best bet, but they just lost their OC, who's been a huge part of why this team is good. So I could see them taking a dip. You could see the Packers in there. The Rams, I do like the Rams a lot. You know, at the end of the day, though, I will go Mr. Chalk, and I'll go Lions.
Lions out of the NFC?
Lions, Eagles, and the Eagles will win.
So you got Lions, Bills in the Super Bowl. Matt, you have
I have the Eagles and the Bills.
Eagles,
Bills in the Super Bowl.
I'm biased to say the Eagles, but I don't. You know, barring some like major collapse injury, but like everything's still in place from what they had last year. And I just we saw what they were last year. They're the best team in football, and kind of stampeded their way to a Super Bowl victory, and nothing's changed. They didn't fix anything that wasn't broken.
So, do you have a rematch? Chiefs.
I think we very well could see an Eagles Chiefs rematch. I do like the Bills though this year to get in there, but the thing with the Bills that I proceed with caution. It's not any player. I love the quarterback. It's the head coach. I think Sean McDermott is not a good enough coach to get to the Super Bowl. And I just don't think – I think he's the one standing in their way. I don't know why. But he just doesn't strike me as the guy that's gonna prevail.
I think that's a fair take to have. He hasn't really proved anything yet.
No.
Just
he's been a good head coach, but they haven't won anything. They're winning a division that sucks.
Well, I think this is the year they finally win something, send their stadium out on a high mark. The Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
Clever.
Thank you.
Yeah, you just did that to play on your pun or whatever you want to call it.
I do like the Bills a lot.
I do too, but I'll go Eagles Chiefs rematch. Seems fitting. All right, let's give out some.
You guys don't want to give out a champion?
Dude, like the Eagles, man. What am I going to sit here and say Chiefs win the rematch?
All right, Jack.
Dude, the Bills finally get one. The Bills finally get one. Josh Allen finally can smile.
All right, yeah, let's do we'll finish it off with the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and then Rookie of the Year for each side of the ball. We could do quickly like a rapid fire round table here. NFL MVP though, I'm gonna go with my guy. You guys know it already. It's Jaden Daniels.
Sophomore slump is massively incoming. Bold prediction: continue to silence the haters. Jalen Hurts.
I could see it.
I could totally see that one. Way more than Jaden Daniels.
Here comes Trevor Lawrence. He's thinking about it.
He was the first one that came to mind. It's crazy. Trevor was the first one that came to mind when you started
sure it was.
When you spoke the letters MVP in that order, I was like, oh my God, Trevor Lawrence. Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, give me Trevor. This is an MVP season for Trevor Lawrence.
All right. Just not even gonna dive into that one. But Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going with Justin Jefferson.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Player of the Year. Player of the Year.
Did Jamar Chase win it last year?
I think it was Saquon. It was Jamar Chase the year before.
All right, I'll give it to Jamar Chase since Saquon won it last year. I just don't see him going 2K again.
They're not going to give him the ball nearly as much.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he's going to get fed the ball as much, and so I'll take Jamar Chase.
Yeah, it's going to be a two-man race. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase when they both hit
Okay, they're
2,000
both
yards.
going for
They're
2K.
both going for 2,000 yards. So they're going to have a really tough time deciding who wins that award. Probably going to be Jamar Chase, though. But
Yeah.
put slips on both of them. If you were going to put $100 on Jamar Chase, put a 50 on CD. Just do 50 each. That way
Yeah.
you're guaranteed to win.
I'm not going to be betting on Cowboy players to do good, but if that's what you want to do, go ahead. All right, defensive side of the ball. What are you guys thinking for the player of the year?
I think it's the guy up in Green Bay that just got traded and is pissed off at the world, Micah Parsons.
Could be.
He's been close every year of his career, and he hasn't gotten it yet.
I don't hate it.
It's going to be TJ Watt.
I was
leader of the Steelers defense, team that's going to have double-digit wins. Yeah, it's TJ Watt.
I love the Watt pick. I also love his value. I think you can get him at like plus 1,000. Some nice 10-1 odds, pretty juicy. But I'll go back to the well, man. I mean, this guy's still young, playing at the highest level of his career. It's going to be Pat Surtain out of the Denver Broncos, the AFC West champion Denver Broncos.
I like that call.
Patty
I like that a
Surtain
lot.
gets it done.
He was in the conversation last year, and
I think he won it last year, didn't he?
he might have. I know he was like,
He was definitely in the conversation. I thought he won it. I think he goes back to back if he did. And if he didn't, I think he definitely gets it this year.
Was it?
he did win it last year. Wow, yeah, I didn't realize that.
So here we go. Back to back.
Back
And they're
to
only
back.
going to be better.
All right, offensive rookie of the year. I am going with Travion Henderson, plus 1,200. Really love the juice. Ramondre Stevenson sucks. The Patriots are going to be, if not good, better and competitive. And
For what?
Travion's
Offensive
electric.
rookie of the year?
Yep.
Give me the Buccaneers guy, Egbuka.
I like that call.
That's a deep call. I like that. This is an easy one. It's going to be Travis Hunter. He was the first offensive player selected, skill position player selected in this draft. He's on a good team that's going to be great. It's Travis Hunter.
You're just disrespecting Cam Ward.
Yeah, I am. He's a Tennessee Titan.
Yeah, but he was drafted before.
I said skill player.
Quarterback's a skill player.
It's the quarterback.
7-on-7s, he's there. You need someone to throw the ball.
Yeah, but skill players are like wide receiver, tight end, and running back.
And quarterback.
Eh.
It's really just a way to tell the fat guys to get out of there. I like it, though. I think he should win it. But I think Travion is – I love Travion Henderson.
He's gonna win one of the awards, and I'm putting my money on offensive rookie of the year.
No love for the Marion Hampton guy or whoever on the Chargers?
He's
They're
got a
gonna
good
give Najee
shot.
Harris the ball too much, even though he has one eye.
You think they'll give Najee a lot of love in that backfield?
Dude just wakes up and rushes for 1,000 yards on mediocre yards per carry.
Well, I
Yeah.
also think he's like healthy too. Like I know he had like the whole eye thing, but they said he's like
He couldn't see the hole before he had two eyes. So
Well, we'll see. I could see them. You know, that's like a Jim Harbaugh type guy, dude. Is just feed Najee Harris, even though you draft a running back with the high draft pick.
Yeah, I mean he's just the guy that you're going to hand the rock to, tell him to run it through the tackles, and try to get you 3-4 yards every time. He'll have plenty of work like that. But yeah, Hampton will do most of the big banging. Pause.
big banging.
All right, defensive rookie.
Did you give? Oh, you give out Hampton. I'm going.
No, I said Ibuka. Do
you
not
did
put
say Ibuka.
players in my
Yeah, you did say
in for me.
Sorry. It's going to be Abdul Carter.
Is it though? I mean, he's got so many other guys that are pass rushing next to him.
That's why it's going to be him because he's going to be single team. No one's going to be able to double team him.
Other guys there, and I mean, having to play the Eagles' offensive line twice a year, like he's just going to be on lock. And I don't know who
16 other games.
I don't know who else he's got to play. What division does he?
The schedule is brutal. They play the Chiefs. They play the.
Oh, so we have the AFC
Chargers.
West.
Yeah, but I don't think they play the Broncos or the Raiders. Giants have a tough schedule. They're going to start 0-4.
You think? Is Jackson Dart starting week 1?
No.
Jackson Dart will start. They do play the Broncos, so yeah, they play the AFC West. Jackson Dart's first game will be November. No, it'll be December 14th against the Commanders.
December?
Yeah, he'll start against the Commanders at home, and then he'll play against the Vikings, the Raiders, and the Cowboys, and that's how their season will end.
With how many wins?
Bold prediction.
4.
So Dart can't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, not for lack of talent, but he just won't be on the field.
No, they're going to go to Jameis before they go to Dart.
No Russell Wilson?
Well, it'll be Russ to start, and then once Russ sucks, it'll be Jameis.
What are they trying to do, man?
I don't know. They finally cut Tommy DeVito.
What are they trying to do with Russell Wilson, man? Like, that's a joke.
Yeah, Jameis would have been so much more fun.
But what are they trying to, like, are they trying to win?
Yeah. Dable's trying to save his job.
They think throwing Russell Wilson out there. Speaking of Russell Wilson, they got Sierra on the TV right now at the U.S. Open. But I don't understand what they think they're going to accomplish with that.
That's a good way to just describe the Giants organization in the last 10 years. Just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you my defensive rookie of the year. Abdul Carter is, I just looked at it, the clear favorite to win this. And given your reasoning, Brian, I'm sort of inclined to think you're right. But I think there's a chance that if you're right about the Bengals being a playoff team, it's because Shamar Stewart is having a banging year and puts on double-digit sacks as a rookie, which can happen.
Don't hate it.
Yeah, I like staying in the division, jumping to the Ravens. I like Mike Green. I think he has a very sack-friendly schedule. Quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Caleb Williams is in there, C.J. Stroud, and I think they were among the most sacked quarterbacks in 2024 on that list. So I think he gets a bunch of sacks, and yeah, that's my angle for Mike Green, defensive rookie of the year.
Mike Green, that's the Will wanted him on the Eagles in the draft.
Yeah,
I like that. The Ravens always have those big sack guys too. Pause.
And also 5 of the last 6 defensive rookie of the years were edge rushers.
The only one that wasn't was Sauce, right?
I think, yeah. That's probably, I don't know. Maybe. I wonder who it was. Probably Sauce.
It's probably Sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
But was he on the Cincinnati team that went to the playoff with the Ritter?
Who?
Sauce Gardner?
He's only ever played for the Jets.
Yes.
College.
Are
you talking about in college?
College.
Yes.
Yeah. The Bearcats.
Yeah, that had to be less than 6 years.
No, yeah, they were all on the same team. And then Cincinnati got absolutely mollywopped when they had to play some sort of competition.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Who did they snub that should have probably been in?
I don't remember.
They got dog walked by Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Alabama absolutely smoked them. Desmond Ritter, give me a break.
It was in.
Is that guy still floating around the league as like a?
Oh yeah, that was 2021. That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago at all. Then the Jets drafted him at like 3rd overall, which, I guess was a good pick.
So 2021, the final AP poll, they snubbed 11-2 Baylor and Ohio State essentially, and Notre Dame went 11-2. They beat Notre Dame that year, so had Notre Dame won that game, it's probably Notre Dame.
Want to know who else got snubbed?
They wouldn't have
Florida
won.
State.
We can end our college football talk there.
No, we'll open up the can. Florida State snubbed.
Let them enjoy. They just had a big win.
What happened. We had a tough season after that, and then they come back and completely flip the program right back around. Buck Fama. Let's go, Noles.
If they didn't lose
Eagle.
the quarterback, who just like medically retired, by the way.
Yeah.
If they didn't lose the quarterback, I think they're in 100%. They lost the quarterback, and that's the end of that story. They also lost like 70-3 to Georgia in the bowl game too, which
it's a bowl game.
Didn't help anybody's
everyone sits.
Yeah, but 70? Like you couldn't.
They had their
I get it's
best.
A bowl game, players aren't playing, but 70?
They had I think double digit like people sitting out. They had 2 guys go in like they had multiple.
What,
I mean,
70?
Look at their draft class. It was like 60 something. Okay, they I don't think they hit
it better.
I don't think they hit 70, which does make it better. So relax.
Yeah,
it's a bowl game. It's a bowl game. Bowl games don't mean anything.
Sure they do.
No, they have not meant anything in a long time.
Yeah, actually, you're right. After they got rid of the Outback Bowl, they don't matter.
Ever since
it was 63-3.
Yeah. No, it wasn't 70. It was 60.
63-3.
It was a bowl game.
That looks worse than like 63-0. I would just rather get.
It can't be 63, man, and then tell me they got snubbed.
It was a bowl game.
I don't care. It's the bowl game. I don't care if the third stringers are playing. Fucking run the ball the whole time and don't let it get to 60.
Who cares?
Got a point.
Like you care more than they did.
No, we were opening up the can. I thought of the Florida State getting snubbed again.
Florida State's back. That's what matters.
They are back. That team died, so this team could run.
There you go.
Or I should say,
all right. Well,
died so this team could live.
Close enough. It's been a long Labor Day weekend.
It's been a long Labor Day weekend. That is for damn sure.
Hope everyone out there had a great Labor Day. If you are interested in our fantasy football league, I know we've had a lot of questions. We will have some news on that later today if you're listening to this in the morning, or maybe it's already out. So stay tuned to our socials for that. And we'll catch you on Thursday.
Go Birds!
War Eagle.